You are now listening to the Fantasy Football Bros Podcast.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Chaz for our weekly segment, Coffee with Chaz, and we're going to try to make this one a little more exciting. So let's start our drive for Coffee with Chaz. All right, so first things first. How about them Bills, y'all? So, obviously, we were down in that game. And the first half was looking very, very grim. To the point of, like, a lot of my feelings for the game, but a lot of my, like, boys' feelings for the game. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Rico. Was like, this game's over before halftime, even. And, the Bills are a second half team, and that's why we've been so dominant, is that we were playing pretty well in the first half every game, and then we would come storming out of the gates the second half. This game, we didn't play very well in the first half, and we came storming out of the gates. So, like, 20 unanswered points by the Bills. And Josh Allen is a stud. I mean, it's unbelievable how great he is. The Bills' defense is a stud. Great. Jordan Poyer's the man. Edmonds is awesome. Milano's awesome. We got a great squad. There's a lot of unwarranted hate for Edmonds and Milano out there each. It's like, for some reason, Bills fans, like, just they can't like both. They like, Edmonds suck. I'm all about Milano. Milano sucks. I'm all about Edmonds. How about this, guys? They're both pretty damn good. So, like, you know, we need to get a little tougher in the run game. But that's, you know, missing Phillips and Oliver has a lot to do with that. So, like, I just think, you know, those guys come back. I mean, this Bills team is absurd. So, we've got the probably Kenny Pickett, because he throws interceptions. Get it? I'm the first one to ever say that. Coming into the stadium next week, Bills vs. Steelers. I know my boy Sean, big Steelers fan there. A little early, sorry for your loss, Sean, but it's all good. But man, Devin Singletary's looking great. Diggs is amazing. I don't know what's going on with Gabe Davis though. He was like, he can't catch a cold, man. Like he's so. I know he's injured, and I think that has something to do with it. Because he was never like this. I mean, he's dropping wide open passes 2 games in a row. And of course, fantasy football-wise, it's screwing y'all who are starting him. So, I don't know, man. It's a weird... He's being weird. Shakir looked great. I know the Bills, we lost McKenzie and Crowder. Crowder looks a little more serious. McKenzie's a concussion, which I bet you the NFL is going to, like, be... all about it now, because, well, the NFL didn't do anything wrong. It was the Dolphins and the independent guy, but still, the NFL is going to be all about what is with my hair and beard today. You know what? Before we get into fantasy football, hang on, I just got to take care of myself for a second. All right, feeling so much better now, and now, of course, I got to go run in and get my coffee. So I'll be right back. Hello. How are you? Good, how you doing?
What do you want today?
The medium size pumpkin spice latte, please.
That one?
Yep. Oh, Coffee with Chaz is officially here. Pumpkin spice latte. It's spooky season, y'all. The NFL is spooky, I'll tell you what. All right. So now that we have felt better and we're all ready to rock, and we talked about the Bills, of course, rocking, let's start off with the quarterbacks of the week. And surprisingly, the friggin' duel in Seattle and Detroit had, oh my goodness, man, those guys went off. And those are your your number one and your number two quarterbacks of the week, ladies and gentlemen, are Jared Goff and Geno Smith, if you could believe that. It's insane. Geno Smith had 3 passing touchdowns and a rushing. Jared Goff had 4 passing touchdowns. Like, what a performance by these cats, man. 34 points for Goff, 31 for Geno, I believe. Like, I said this last time, and you're going to hear it a lot in this episode, man. The NFL is drunk, y'all. Holy cow, man. What a weird week for quarterbacks. So you had Goff, Geno. You had phone down, y'all. Embarrassing. And I'm not going to edit that out. I'm not going to edit that shit out. Phone down. Let's get her back. I'm not editing it out. Y'all going to see me fail. It's okay to fail sometimes, y'all. There we go. Y'all saw that. All right, so then you had a bounce back game from Russell Westbrook Wilson, who still sucks, I think. And then a bounce back game for Tom Brady as your number 4. Good for him. He doesn't suck. And number 5, of course, was the big Josh Allen. But you know what? For my play of the week, you know, you got to give love to Geno Smith after this. That dude, you know, he was the first quarterback drafted in the second quarterback drafted in the 2013 draft after the Bills took E.J. Manuel. And, you know, it's been almost 10 years and the guy never caught on, and he's having himself his career year. So Geno Smith, you're the man. This one's for you.
Top of your screen. Geno Smith goes the other way for the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks! It's Will Dissly, his 3rd touchdown catch of the year.
They told us how important their tight ends were going to be coming into today. Watch the placement on this ball by Geno Smith.
Now we're going to talk about the running backs of the week. And we actually had a running back who was drafted in the first round be the best running back of the week, and that was Austin Eckler with 3 touchdowns. That was, I believe, his first 3 touchdowns of the year. So they made it a point to get him the ball. He had 34.9 points. Awesome game by Austin Eckler. And trailing right behind him at 34.5 points for the week was my boy, sitting on my bench in my home league, mind you, and I believe sitting on the bench in the podcast league for Adam, is Josh Jacobs, man. I think Josh Jacobs is a great running back. I'm surprised. Y'all know I'm a Raiders fan, but I'm surprised the Raiders didn't give him a contract. The guy runs hard. He's got great vision. He's a much better receiver than people think. And I think he's just ramping up for the season. I'm more and more comfortable. He's been getting better every week, getting more acclimated to the system. He's catching passes in the Josh McDaniels system, and the Raiders got their first win. So Josh Jacobs, big ups for you. And then we had the NFL's still drunk, guys, because this is these next few. So Austin Eckler, Josh Jacobs. I don't even want to say his name. I don't even want to talk about him. Another Seahawk, it's Penny, y'all. Oh my God, Rashard Penny. Like, first round pick, I think, in 2018, and he is finally starting to show up. And he's looking good, too. He's looking spry. He's looking fast. Great for him. Number 4 in the week. Even though he honestly had a huge game. He's on one of the best teams in the NFL, one of the best offenses in the NFL, and that's Miles Sanders. Hey, we all hated him going into this year, and he's proving us wrong right now. He looks good. He really does look good. What's wrong with my beard? And number 5 on the week was a guy that I still am not high on, Damien Pierce, but he had a huge 75-yard touchdown run and another longer touchdown run, and he got open. But the problem with Damien Pierce, guys, take a chill pill, is he doesn't catch the ball a lot, and he's on the only winless team in the NFL. They only have a tie though to their record. So, winning teams don't run the ball quite often. He got lucky this week. I mean, he's not going to be a dud his whole season. But for me, obviously, the winner of the week for me is Josh Jacobs. So, Josh Jacobs, this one's for you, homie.
Down and 2. Jacobs. Here he goes, plowing into the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders, 10 yards.
That's the lane that's going to be right here. Excellent job by the guys up front. Easy for Jacobs to get through. Watch it. Look at how open that is. Waller kicks it out, but...
And now we're going to talk about the receivers, and the NFL is maybe not so drunk on receivers, at least. The number 1 receiver of the week with 31 points is JJ, Justin Jefferson. Man, crushed my soul in a couple of leagues. I don't have him, but I was against him in a couple of leagues, so I got it. I got hit by him. I got hit against with Mike Evans, who was just behind him at 30.3 last night. And I'm still holding out for a win tonight in my home league because I was supposed to win, and then I had Brady, and he had Evans, and I'm still projected to win by like that much, but I think he's got a player, and I got Jeffrey Wilson, so it's like it's going to be a wild finish for that game, so that'll be fun. And then third and fourth from Thursday night, we got T. Higgins, and we got Tyreek Hill, who, blew up, and Tyreek Hill, he's looking good. T. Higgins, I shat on him. And I'm looking like I got pie in my face right now because he looks great. And, Boyd's doing stuff. And I don't know, man. Jamar Chase really ain't doing work, but that'll turn around. And I've always said, I like T. Higgins' talent. I just didn't like taking him like in the 3rd round. But I'm wrong. I'm wrong right now. Guy's been playing out of his mind. And surprisingly, number 5 was DK Metcalf, y'all. Craziness. Wow, I can't believe that. But, I don't know. I actually don't have any of these guys in my league. So, randomly, I'm just going to say, Mike Evans, this one's for you.
Brady with time to the end zone to Evans, holds on. Great catch for the touchdown. 6 plays, 75 yards.
An end zone stud, and here they go, right down the middle of that split safety look. He knows he's going to get hit. He knows it. He doesn't care. He makes the...
All right, finally we get to the tight end. And the tight end rankings have been pretty predictable. It was always Andrews and Kelsey doing well, and they're still doing well. But we have a new number 1 on top of this list. The number 1 player of the week, I believe. 39.9 points. Are you kidding me? T.J. Hawkinson? Whoa, dude. Crazy. And that's because Goff went off. You see what I did there? See? T.J. Hawkinson crushed it, man. Did you get almost 40 points from a tight end? Wow, dude. Like, T.J. Hawkinson was great. I think he was my meh or my nah bro for the year just because it was being drafted, but like that's the whole tight end position, guys. They're all meh. Like, but then this rockets him up, and Jared Goff, he's playing really well, and like, Jared Goff is a 1st overall quarterback draft pick in the NFL draft, and 1st overall. He took the Rams to the Super Bowl. I don't love his arm. He's making he's making great reads in this offense. And they're only getting better. I'm big on the Lions. You all know I love Swift, and St. Brown is good. But I love Jameson Williams coming back at some point. Sorry, we're talking about TJ. TJ showed up. This is a career game for him. It was a wild game. So we'll finish off the tight ends with number 2. We had Mo Alley Cox, that big boy. He's a big old boy. He's like an offensive lineman out there playing tight end. Mo Alley Cox did it. Of course, number 3, we had Travis Kelsey. guy started off first drive within a minute, had a touchdown. Great for anyone who drafted him. I have him in one league. And then we had Gerald Everett back up. I mean, he seems to be up and down every other week. He's one of those guys that in the Logan Thomas range, in the Robert Tonyan range, that they could be good or maybe not. So we'll have to see. And then Zach Ertz rounds out the top 5 of the tight ends. So my play of the week, obviously at tight end, T.J. Hockenson. This one's for you, dog.
Fake to Jamal Williams. Time for Goff for the end zone. Hockenson, touchdown Lions!
This may have been defensive holding right here. So that T.J. Hockenson in the opening. What a dangerous spread he is.
Before the pass was thrown, holding. Defense number 25.
Hockenson lined up here in the slot. Get all those receivers out there, jumbled defensive players get a little bit.
All right, so the Coffee with Chad segment is coming to a close. Some big injuries. I don't have any news as of yet, but Javonte Williams, it wasn't looking good. Carted off. Believed that he has a serious injury. It looks like Jonathan Taylor has a high ankle sprain, perhaps. Not official yet, but y'all better be getting in for their backups. Nyheim Hines, and of course Melvin Gordon. But Melvin Gordon's usually rostered in every league. But and I pray, and I always tell people to get the handcuffs to your big boys. Javonte Williams was probably your second round pick, maybe your third round pick. You should have had Melvin Gordon, just like I should have backed up. DeAndre Swift in the leagues that I have him with Jamal Williams, but I wasn't able to get him. So sometimes not. I offered a fair trade out there before the season. I had Melvin Gordon and DeAndre Swift. He had Javonte Williams and Jamal Williams. I offered to swap our handcuffs. The guy said no. Well, Swift is out for a week or two, and it's looking like Javonte Williams might be out for longer, if not the year. So, you guys got to think smart. Don't think always, in the moment. Yes, Jamal Williams is going to start 1 week or two. What do I need Melvin Gordon for? I have Javonte Williams. Well, now you got egg on your face. Possibly. So, if it turns out it's not a serious injury, okay. Who knows? But just make sure you guys are getting out there. Make sure you guys are making trades. And make sure you guys are doing the waiver wire. This is the funnest time of the year. Fantasies get rolling. I hope none of y'all are going to end up being 0-4. I'm not in any league, thankfully. Didn't have a great week in general in fantasy football. But it's because the NFL is drunk right now, y'all. What a weird season. So thanks for checking out Coffee with Chaz. We will have the podcast up on Friday, and plus we're starting to do our segments, our I'm so high right now, our Get Dunked On Bro, and our Victory Lab. We're putting those out in segmented videos, so y'all don't have to watch the whole hour podcast video, but you should because we're funny. And we're trying to get the videos up and running more, and thank you for checking it out, and we'll see you next week. Peace.
You are now listening to the Fantasy Football Bros Podcast.